Hello. Okay. High-tech. Pasensya nga, kakanta ko eh. So, again, good morning to you guys. So, anyway, I'll be speaking in English because we have a foreigner here. He's from Africa. Can you stand up? So, Hamud had been trained here before. He had already trained under me. So he want to come back again because the master is here. So he want to learn from the master. Okay? So this is fortunate for us all because the thing that I've been teaching, the masters are here to let you understand the whole program. Okay? So maganda rin marinig sa kanila. Anyway, before I go to my lessons, sobrang high-tech. Anyway, before I give you our lessons for today, we'll just informing you that next year, because their training, the training now is just 2 days. So you will not get everything. Okay, so just a part of everything. So if you, those who still have not attended my seminar, then I challenge you to attend my seminar on January. So January you will have everything. But there are people here who have attended my seminar already, so they know, like our African guy, like here another one, Widen King, and some of you guys, like Kerlik, like, sino kasama yung mga kasama mo, nasaan? Wala pa? Anyway, like our friend Engineer Santos also. So these are the guys who had already applied, and Mauri and Jenny. So these are the guys who had applied what we're teaching. So you can get in touch with them and also try to dig them out what's the result. So they know the result. So guys, this technology had been applied already in the Philippines. Okay? So if you said that they're Korean, so it's only in Korea. But to tell you frankly, it's already here for a long time. And they have those who had attended my seminar way back before had already applied and experienced the technology. So again, we are not teaching you something still on a research idea, but also a finished product already in the Philippines. Okay. Now again, yung tinuturo niya, the lecture that they are going to give are practically Korean style, but we can adjust it to the Philippine style. So in January, if you attend my seminar, you will understand the Philippine style of this technology. Okay. Now, I've been teaching natural farming for the past 20 years all over the country. So, because of that, I was given an award by the Department of Agriculture in 2009, Agriculture Award by the Secretary of Agriculture. And because of this technology, we had a law, organic law, RA 10068, because of this natural farming technology. So all over the countries, people knows about this technology. Okay, if you heard about IMOs, FPJ, FFJ, OHN, all this technology comes from one technology called natural farming. Now, the natural farming, the head of natural farming is his father. Okay, this is his father. Okay, So his father will be coming later on, and this afternoon he'll be teaching his father will be teaching the livestock. Okay. So anyway, those who had not attended my seminar will not be aware of FPJ, FFJ, etc. But you just hang on to it. January, if you attend my seminar, you'll know everything. Because this is just a short course. No? And that's the father who is doing natural farming, and he is an international speaker all over the world. He's been speaking on natural farming. Then his son also helping the father doing this technology, saw some difficulties of the father technology. So the son developed it. So the son developed it in such a way that it's more easier and cheaper. The natural farming, you need molasses to do fermentation, for the fertilizer, for the inputs. But the son make it a way that you don't need molasses anymore. So we had concern about molasses or muscovado, which is quite expensive. Some areas had molasses, some areas don't have. So anyway, so the son, because of the difficulties of the sugar, so he invent it in such a way that you don't need sugar anymore. Is that nice? Yes. So his system is called Jadam, and tomorrow you'll hear the whole day about Jadam. He'll be speaking tomorrow. So this is the 2-day session that you are going to hear from the Father and from the Son. The son will be doing the interpretation because both of them don't know how to speak English. So young son will interpret. They will be coming later on. Okay? Okay. So anyway, okay, that's the son. That's his son who will interpret later on. Di ba kamukha ni Ryan Bang? Di ba? Kamukha ni Ryan Bang eh. Tama ba? So, yan. Nandito mamaya si Ryan Bang. Okay. Now, okay. That's the father and the son. Anyway, the books, it will be available there at the end. His book, Jadam, will be 2,000 pesos if you want to buy. But he had this summary book. The summary book is without the pictures. The complete book is with the pictures, colored pictures and everything. So anyway, it will be displayed at the back. The summary book is just 600 pesos. Okay? The complete book, yung makapal, is 2,000 pesos. Now, his father, may book rin dyan. His father's book, natural farming book, is 1,500. Okay? And also my book. Meron din ako itong libro. We make this book, Philippine setting. It's there also at the back at 1,500. So anyway, it's the book are available later on, will be displayed. Okay? Okay. Now, in organic agriculture, nawala. Anyway, malakas naman ang boses ko. It's on? Okay. Hinina lang yan, no? Okay. Anyway, in organic agriculture, there are many technology in the market. Okay, these are some of the technology that are under organic agriculture. So, mas gulo ang organic agriculture kaysa conventional farming. Because conventional farming, you just have one technology. But in organic agriculture, there are so many technology available in the market. So you just need to choose which technology you want to apply. Now, let me challenge you. Do not mix up different technology. It's not going to work. Because every technology had its own principles and rules. Josie, sabihin mo yun mag-asawa kung gusto nila mag-inom, meron doon na. Please take care of them. So don't mix much different technology because it's not gonna work. Because every technology have its own rules, have its own principle. Clear? So hindi mo pwede ihalo-halo. Don't mix much rules. Clear? Just decide which technology you want to apply and focus on those technology. Then after applying those technology, understanding the principle, understanding the law, then you can mix match because you know already. Clear? Okay. Now, who like this? Who like this? Everybody, right? Everybody like this, right? Now, in the technology, we're going to teach you, this is the result. Gustong-gusto na ninyo, no? In the technology that we're going to teach you, this is the result. Do nothing farming. Initially, you have to do something because the soil had been destroyed through conventional farming. Let's face it. Conventional farming had destroyed our soil. Do you agree? Yeah, di ba? Naging acidic, naging problema sa pests, diseases, everything. So these are the problems. Am I right?
Yes.
No. So, but with the natural farming, we are going to revive everything, the ecosystem. Anyway, we're going to introduce that this morning. Okay? So our goal is do nothing farming. Wow! Isn't that nice? Wala si Hamot, so pwede na ako mag-Tagalog. I cannot do Bisaya because some of you guys cannot understand Bisaya also, so I just try to do Tagalog. So, klaro ba? So, yun ang goal natin, do nothing farming. Masaya, am I right? Those of my students na like sila taga Jensan, ito taga Pulumulok, they have experienced that already. Do nothing farming. So just go to them and talk to them. The result. Clear? If you don't believe us, talk to them. They are the one that is head on the ground. The two Jerry Santos, can you stand up? Come on. So you can talk to them. Okay? They have 60 hectares of palm oil. 60 hectares.
Wow.
Okay? They also had marine culture using the technology without feed formulation. Oh, see? So get in touch with them and learn from them. Okay? Now, so they are here to listen to the gurus of what we're teaching them. Okay? Now, so there are many technology. There's another technology, permaculture. Do you know this? Permaculture is more on farmscaping. You heard of landscaping, right? So before you started your farm, please do farmscaping first. For example, you buy a new land and you want to start the farming. First, you do the permaculture program. We call that farmscaping. You farmscape first. You landscape first your farm. Where to put up your forest, where to put up your fruit trees, where to put up your vegetable area, where to put up your animals, your piggery, poultry, or whatever, whatnot. Okay? So, where you are going to put up your future house or your house that you're going to construct. So farmscape first before you start the whole program. So that's permaculture, okay? Clear? That's part of permaculture. Okay. Now, so with this going, so what we're going to teach you is natural farming with Jadam technology. Okay? Okay. Now, this is quite important because natural farming means nature, right? So it means using the nature as your tools to do farming. Again, using the nature as your tools to do farming. Josie, every time may dumadating, please entertain. Huh? Klaro ba? Okay. So, when you are using the nature as your tools to do farming, then you have to understand about the nature. Because without understanding the nature, how can you use the nature as your tools to do farming? Because that's what it is. Using the nature as your tools to do farming. So if you don't know about the nature, how can you use it? No way can you use it. Okay? So this is our first lesson for the day. How to use the nature to do farming. Now, before I go into that, then we have to discuss who created the nature. So may I ask you guys who created it? Come on, guys. God, super being, God. Okay? Filipino, no problem with Christianity. We have been Christianized for a long, long time, since Spanish time. So when I teach you about God, there's no problem. Okay? Except for some atheists that are here. So you won't try to believe it. But, so when we talk about creation, we can find that in the Bible, right? So it's in book of Genesis, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, talks about creation. So that is your first assignment today. When you go back home, if you haven't read the Genesis chapter 1, 2, 3, that will be your assignment. Go home and read it. But I will give you the bird's eye view of that Genesis chapter 1. Okay? How God created the nature. So we will go to this. I call this the cycle of nature. The cycle of nature. Whether you believe Genesis chapter 1, but this is it. This is how the cycle goes in the nature.
Is it in the book?
In my book. Okay? Now, this cycle of nature is your Bible in farming. This cycle of nature is your Bible in farming. It means you have to understand this cycle of nature. To understand the whole program that we try to teach you. Clear? So ito yung Biblia ninyo. You have to learn this by heart. Okay? Now, I will use Genesis chapter 1 by teaching you this cycle of nature. Okay. Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, it says, in the beginning God created the heaven and earth. Then, so when He created the heaven and the earth, when God created the heaven and the earth, God is perfect, am I right? God is powerful, am I right? Omnipotent. No? So, if He's powerful and He is perfect, when He created that, earth and heaven and earth, it means everything is perfect, am I right? Everything is beautiful, am I right?
Yes.
Then, but the problem is the verse 2, 3, 4, controversy. Why? Because in the succeeding verses, it says, this earth that God created is formless and void. How can God, a perfect God created a formless and void earth. He described it, what kind of earth it is. During that time, he said, the whole earth is covered with water. And there is no life. Darkness cover the whole earth. How can God created an earth who is covered with water and darkness? No light. What kind of God is that? Oh. Then we can see that in the book of Isaiah, it says there, the verse 1 and 2 is a long distance of history. In between, there's no mention what happened. In Isaiah, it was mentioned. What did Isaiah said? During that time, there was a great battle in heaven. Lucifer, who is one of the top angels of God's creation, who is also awesome by himself, he's the top, he's the head of God's angelic beings. Lucifer, rebel against God. He want to be like God. So he enticed all the angels, majority of them, to rebel against God. So there was a great battles in the heavenlies. The battles was so heavy that it affected the earth. The scientists said the earth goes through a ice age, go to a meteor shower. That's why the whole earth was destroyed. But here in the Bible, it explained everything. There was a great war going on, that the war was so devastated, the earth was affected. So during this battle, the whole earth right now covers with water, and there is no light, no life form. Later on, I'll tell you why there is no life on earth. Clear? Okay. Now, during this time, the whole earth is covered with water. Now, let me ask you, what kind of water was that? What kind of water was that? There are only two kinds of water, right? Salt water and fresh water. So, during this time that the whole earth is covered with water, my question is, what kind of water is that? Do you agree? He said salt water. Do you agree? It can be fresh, it can be salt, but what is the reality? It's salt water. Salt water. So it means there is something in the salt. Sea water. There's something in it. Because remember, the whole soil, ground, is soaked with seawater for many years. Now, salt is one of the crucial points in his teaching, especially in Jadam. Salt is one of the crucial points that you need to understand in farming. You need seawater. You can do sea salt, but it should be sea salt, not mined salt, because they're so-called mined salt, different from sea salt. Clear? Okay. So, seawater is very crucial. Why? Later on, you good result of your plants. Hindi ba? Kung malusog ka, mas marami kang mabibigay. Am I right? Am I right? Kung malusog ka, mas marami kang mabibigay. Am I right? Pero kung mataba ka, marami ka bang mabibigay? Marami kang sakit. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Before I was 240 pounds. You saw me way back, remember? Ang laki ko. Ngayon, pumayat ako. I can stand here 3 days and talk to you. Whole day, no problem. Noon, yung 240 ako, may problema na ako dito. Sobrang bigat eh. So, whole day, nakatayo ka, biro mo, apektado. Ngayon, lesser weight, so hindi masyado strain. Much okay. Much lighter. I can do 3 days straight. Even 1 week, I did that straight. Whole day, 8 to 5 o'clock, teaching. No problem. So guys, be healthy. Okay? Clear? So our goal to you is to produce healthy food. Not just food alone. Klaro na ba itong goal? Now, yes.
Clarification. So meaning to say that, I don't know, what's the word that is the 20%?
Yes.
20%.
Yes.
Okay, now, my other question is, yung conventional, sinasabi natin kanina, macro, you have to balance it. And we also, in the conventional term, we also use the micro. Ma-combine ba natin yan? Kasi conventional, yung PK yan.
Yes.
Diba? And
Yes.
then,
You mean using the conventional NPK?
yeah.
No. No need. Because the whole program ng natural farming or Jadam had both macro and micro nutrients. Meron tayong NPK, meron din tayong micronutrients. Kompleto tayo. So, no need conventional.
So the farmers right now are in profit.
Yes. Why am I teaching you not profit? Di ba sabi ko, ang goal ko sa inyo is become middle class of this nation if you're poor. Is that profit? That's profit-oriented. I will show you the whole rice farm that side by side, na natural farming and conventional. Mas malaki ang yield ang natural farming compare mo sa conventional at mas minus ang gastos ng inputs kaysa conventional. You yield more, you spend less, what happened? You earn more. At the same price. Hindi dahil organic ka, mas mahal ka, kaya kumikita ka, kaya mas mahal ka. No. Same price sila. That's my goal. That in if more people are doing organic already, they will compete with the price ng conventional. You don't need to sell it higher. That's my goal, so that even ordinary people like every one of us that are not rich can avail of the healthy food. That's my goal.
That's not what's happening.
That's not what's happening is because of the law of marketing, supply, and demand. There is bigger demands, less supply, so the farmers who are doing this will like to sell it higher because there is a demand on their supply. See? So initially, only rich people can avail, and middle class of people can avail of their food, but not the low class because of supply and demand. If we fill up this high class and middle class, then meron ng excess, then it's going to go to the lower class and the price will eventually go down. Simple as that. So that's why more people have to do this. Now, even though the same price at conventional, you still earn more than the conventional. Nakita mo na? Don't talk to me about government. If you talk to me about government, yeah, I'm with them. That's why I'm a very critic person with them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. The reason why I'm inside so I can criticize better. Di ba?
Yeah, that's good.
See? I work with Babs on the technical working group for PNS, Philippine National Standard, and the NCOA, the certification. That's why just recently we came from NOAC in Manila, in Cavite. Secretary Dar said what he wants is no more certification. Oh, good. Di ba? No more certification. Ano lang, kailangan lang monitoring system. Yeah. To me, very simple. Now listen. Wrong concept of Filipinos. What is the concept? Very simple. I have to do organic and have it certified so that I can sell it higher and earn faster. Yan ang concept. Wrong concept. Wrong concept. I have to do this because I want to serve Filipino with healthy food. That should be the concept.
Don't tell them that you're doing organic.
Yes.
Sell it.
Yes.
Simple.
Yes, I have many students that are doing that. Maui, how much are you selling with your dressed chicken?
Actually, we found that right now we found a niche. So they're comparing actually sa market. Okay, with what we have done, we use we activated charcoal. So actually sa Jadam na website, we activated charcoal. It actually costs less to produce kasi pre-digested yung soil. Sabi nga ni Sir, sometimes in feeds mo is 40% na absorb, 60% yung food nila. So very rich yun. Right now, pwede mo i-reverse, pwede 60 or more with absorption, less than 50%, 40% yung the waste. So with that, last time, 27 days, naka 1.6, so yeah, 27 days, 1.6. Broiler, I mean, just think na lang na broiler is a designer chicken, di ba? May arbor, may cup 500, yan. So may specific design for food dyan, ng ganitong lysine, ganitong methionine, ganito lahat, everything. So, kinumpute na nila. But with yung absorption dyan, actually yung cost mo is lower. What we did is pinapantay lang namin siya sa market chicken right now. Kasi nga, sabi nga, pag organic, actually, you have more profit. Ipantay mo sa local chicken, they will see na, ito Magnolia, ito Bounty, ito mas maganda yung, mas mukhang native, mas maganda yung coloration, yellowish, and then mas masarap, mas okay. Without them knowing na ito is done by this, ito is conventional.
Wala silang antibiotic, wala silang vaccination.
Nakaka-produce kami, tapos mataas pa yung need namin right now. And ngayon, yung demand namin, we are actually producing lang 300 chickens a day kasi 2,000 a week lang yung loading namin.
Okay.
Ang requirement ng market is 1,200.
Okay.
Layo po.
Pero hindi pa siya 100% GMO free.
Kasi we still use,
Okay, listen. We had a friend here, Widen. Si Widen King had established this Isaac seeds. This Isaac seeds comes from India. The guy who invented this Isaac seeds is the one who started Pioneer in the Philippines. You know Pioneer? The one selling the GMO corn. Oh. He's the one who started Pioneer in the Philippines. Now, nakasakit siya and he decided to come up with a hybrid corn that is not GMO. And Widen, their company is the one promoting this for nationwide distribution. Hindi na GMO. High yield pa rin. And the company is going to use the technology. this technology na hindi na chemical. So we're going into that already. That's why he's here right now. We then, can you... So, he had people to run. He let his people run it. So, they're going to do it nationwide. Umpisa pa lang ito. So, that's why you can start doing the planting already. You can ask farmers to do this planting with the system. Anyway, we'll come up with the system. Okay? So, hang on to your seeds. Good things are coming.
Proven na ba dito sa Philippines?
Yes.
Kasi ang kalaban natin sa, let's say, with new corn, ang kalaban talaga ng farmer is the weeds. Kasi
Yes, glyphosate.
dapat mag-glyphosate ka talaga kasi
Ah.
yung climate natin, hindi gaya ng US na
Yeah.
walang weeds masyado kasi
Yeah.
maganda yung system nila.
Yeah.
Mechanized talaga. Sa atin is hindi masyadong mechanized tapos parang ang hirap magtanim ng kahit na kung wala kang chemicals.
Listen.
Wala kang glyphosate,
Listen, that's why I'm saying grass is a requirement. Malalaman mo later on.
Maganda kung yung pest hindi sana mag-swirl doon sa...
Hindi nga. Because you have grass. So malalaman ninyo si
Tama na training.
Kaya nga, hindi ba sabi ko kanina yung microbes?
Yes.
Just the microbes alone, 80% ng problema mo sa farm is solved already. Because that is what you're going to do. So, Mayor, pwede ka mag-umpisa doon. No kidding. Hybrid corn, no GMO.
Can it be adapted to our region? Because
Yes.
we have only two kinds of greenery, the wet and the very wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when maybe during the time of
Anyway, we will come in and try to. If there are people planting corn there, and it means it can be done.
because it was discouraging about planting corn and we don't need because of this weather.
Yes, I agree. Why? Because too much rain, too much soaking of the soil will rotten the roots. That's simple as it is. But with the microbes who work on the soil, magiging buhaghag, then minus ang soaking of water. So ang roots will be protected. Yan ang goal. So, yan ang gusto namin makita. And we have proven already many times over and over again. Like in rice, typhoon comes in, the whole flooded. Then when the water subside, those conventional rice farmer, patay lahat ang tanim. Pero natural farming, nakatayo. Hindi namatay. Very strong ang resilient. Proven na ito ha, na-advertise pa sa TV, sa Bandila, at CNN. And still people do not believe.
Nakita ko yan sa YouTube pero parang it's hard to believe but it's
Yeah.
there, It's there.
Maganda in
Kasi nga, gusto kita makausap mamaya sa sibling.
ang ilan during that time sa amin, especially during the time that kasama ko na
Yes.
ang tawag nito.
Like surge.
Surge.
Oh.
Storm surge. Hindi kasi alam ng mga tao kung ano yung surge eh. Hindi alam yung tsunami. Now, when the rice fields were soaked with salt water, the following cropping was very, very high.
Yes, because of the salt. Totoo. You'll see why salt is very crucial.
Good to know.
Totoo yun. I agree 100%.
Tanungin mo yung Israeli, it will kill you for this.
Okay? So, narinig ko na, ha? Narinig niyo? Anong sinabi niya? After the storm surged, after the sea came in to the ground and soaked the ground with the seawater, so dumating ang ulan, etc. So, na-minus yung saltiness yung lupa. So, nagtanim sila dyan. Ano nangyayari? Maganda ang harvest because of the salt. See? Oh, so, malaman ninyo. Okay. I will not get his lessons. Okay? I'll leave him teach you his lessons. Okay? So, what happened? So, the macro and micronutrients will go back to the soil. And the soil becomes fertile. Am I right? And nandyan din ang microbes sa soil. So, what will happen? So, this will be the food for the plants. And if the plants had complete macro and micronutrients, the plants will grow healthy and strong to fight against sickness and diseases. Di ba? Okay? So, if the veggies grows and bear fruits, that's for the food of the life form, and the life form eating healthy food, then the life form becomes healthy themselves. So all these things, so nagbunga, tapos the animals becomes healthy, pag maging matured na, magbubuntis, manganganak. So nagbunga, nanganak. So dumami ang population. Kung dumami ang population, dadami rin ang waste o basura. The more waste goes to the ground, the more macro and micronutrients in the ground. The more macro and micronutrients in the ground, the more fruits. Boomerang effect. So that's the cycle. This is what you should experience in the farm. You might start from vegetation. So wala kang waste nito. So your waste will be exporting from labas, going inside your farm. Tama? This waste, galing sa labas, pupunta sa farm. So, but, my goal in the future, that you should, as you income in vegetation in the future, you start doing the livestock. So, if you have the livestock, you have both waste na hindi contaminated na. Because when it comes from outside, you don't know if the waste is contaminated or not. Am I right? So, my goal for you is to do what? Integrated farming system. Integration. Plants and livestock. Once you have both of them, then you will have complete the cycle. Now, the waste from the livestock is not only from the livestock. Remember, you have heard the birds singing. You'll see a lot of insects flying. You'll see a lot of insects in the soil. So all these things will contribute to the waste. They eventually will die. When they die on the ground, they turn into fertilizer, and they will eventually poo. When they poo, eventually the soil becomes fertile. Do you know that microbes also poo? Look at it, trillions of microbes pooing at the same time in your soil. So do you need fertilizer? The nature had everything. God made it perfect. When God created all these things, He created it perfect. You lack nothing. All the requirements in the environment, in the nature, is complete by itself. Klaro ba? What is your goal?
Healthy foods.
That is your target. Integrated farming system. Bringing back the nature to its original form. And when you finish this, yung do nothing farming becomes reality. Now, if you do it fast, less than 5 years, do nothing ka na. Less than 5 years, do nothing ka na. I can show you a farm here in Davao City. Do nothing farming. You can hear from herself. Tanim, harvest na lang siya. Yan na lang trabaho ng taon niya. Yung fertilizer, nasa tabi-tabi. Makita mo yung vegetable farm niya? Hindi vegetable farm, kundi damo farm. Oh, yung lakaran niya, puros damo. Alam mo, sabi niya sa akin, "Sir, I need that." Kasi, pag magbungkal na kami ng beddings, ng vegetable, kinakat na namin yung grass, nilagay namin sa tabi, pinatuyo namin. Pag natuyo na yan, pag ayos namin sa beddings, sinahalo na namin sa beddings. So may pagkain ng microbes. The microbes will turn that into fertilizer.
Going back to the number one, you tell about feed the microbes. The microbes feed the plants. And the plants will produce the sucrose to feed the microbes. It's a cycle. Now you are thinking that it take at least 5 years.
No.
Well, not
That immediate. That is immediate.
Yes, immediate. But the 5 years will be more on the sustainability of the farm.
No, the sustainable will be forever. The sustainability will be forever.
But we still have to put in more
Manure?
manure.
Yes.
And other.
Because remember, you have livestock. Because the microbes need to feed the plants. Klaro? Except kung sobrang marami na ang earthworms mo. Then the earthworms will be producing the manure for you.
The volume of the compost.
Minimal. Malalaman eh. When you started the program, eventually the soil is dead. Right? Right? The soil is dead. So you need more. But as years goes by, it will be going less. Not more. Because the nature in the soil had been revived, all the insects that are there, all the earthworms that are there, all the birds and the bees that are on the air, eventually they will all poo, they will give nutrients to the soil. In the near future, less and less requirement. Not more and more requirement like the conventional.
My understanding when you said 5 years is if you want to create an integrated farm such that you have a source for natural manure to complement your vegetation.
Yes.
So that 5 years is like creating an integrated farm.
Yes. Kasi meron siyang baboy, meron siyang manok, meron siyang pabo, meron siyang mga native chicken. So lahat nagpupo, lahat ng ano. So kinukuha lang niya, ilalagay lang sa beddings, tapos ang programa.
My worry is not all farmers can do integrated.
No, what I said, you start here. You earn from here. And when you become rich here, then you go there. Now, initially, when you're doing this, you have to buy that one. You have to bring it in. So, you have to do this. So, bibili ka. Or hahakutin mo. Kung baka, di hakot. So, every time labas ka, dala ka ng supot. Oh, kung nakita mo lang, pak! Oh, pag-gloves ka lang.
So the manure
Let the microbes do it. I can teach you how to process it. I can teach you how to process it. Pero here, pwede mo na i-sun dry for 1 day. That's all.
So, you can just spray
Spray the microbes.
and then
Pwede na.
that's it.
Yeah.
1 hour.
Hindi, maganda yun ipa-sun dry mo na isa. Lalo na ang chicken. The key there is sun drying for 1 day. Yung chicken from conventional, you sun dry it for 1 day. That will get rid of the mga masasamang mikrobyo.
Yeah, but the microbes also.
Yes. Hindi, aside from sun drying for the whole day, you spray the beneficial microbes.
And then use it maybe a couple of days.
No, just 1 day of sun drying is good enough. You don't need once.
Without sun drying.
Oh, it takes a longer time.
Yeah, but like around 5 days.
Yes.
Kasi once the smell began,
Yeah.
I mean to say that
No, the smell immediately mawawala once you spray the microbes. Within minutes, wala na yung smell. Depende sa ganong kakapal. Klaro ba?
sa amin, parang bundok na
Oh, ang gawin mo na lang, scattered mo, spray the microbes.
Been there for 5 years.
Okay na.
Ganito sir sa, tinitingnan ko sa,
Fertilizer na yan.
tinitingnan ko sa realidad natin sa farm. Ang farm natin is masyado ng maraming damo. And then you would like to start from there. Kung gusto mo vegetable. Kung arurehin mo lahat yung mga damo and then nasa loob na ng
Yes.
so mayroon ka ng microbial activity once the
Yes.
culture there pag dinicompose na, di ba?
Yes.
So pag tanim mo gano'n, titingnan natin, parang healthy na, at that realidad, parang healthy na yung plants mo. Kasi
You will learn from
tinatali na.
tomorrow na. You'll learn. Bukas.
Dahil ito sir, it's so, ang daming decomposition pa.
Oh.
You clean and then you kill that
Yes.
soil, yung soil mo,
Yes.
hindi na agad na,
Yes.
nutrient ba?
Excited din ko kahit na gano'n ko pala ito
Kasi kung itudlo ko karon, di wala na siyang lessons bukas. Di pa kayo ko naman tanan.
Nakikita ko sa Bulang with this, tingnan mo sa paligid natin. Marami na siyang decomposing material, ready na nutrient for the plants we're going to introduce, di ba? But then yung problema natin, because we're in the tropical country, the pests are all year round. Yung whatever we grow, bigyan ng mga pests, yun ang problema natin.
That's what
And also the weeds, you know.
I'm also thinking about that.
If it's flying insects, listen guys.
Insects yung problema.
Listen, very simple. If you're healthy, ayaw kumain ng flying insects. If you are too much nitrogen, then grabing atake ng insect. Alam nila ang mga agriculturists, alam nila yon.
That's correct, sir. Kasi ako sabi sa Claveria, pupunta ka sa Claveria, totally ma-wipe out yung population. Because people use perpetually nitrogen when we have tested, the higher the content of nitrogen, the higher the possibility of pesticides. Kaya yung balance kailangan.
Kaya nga. So, kaya sabi ko, yung macro and micronutrients are equally important. And tayo, yung technology natin is lower, yung MPK are lower than what conventional farming are teaching us to put in.
And I tend to agree kung sinabi kanina na pag pinuputol yung process kasi I have my own little experiment. So what I did was
Ground weeding.
nililisan ko talaga.
Yes,
So
initially.
every time we spray ako ng nililisan nun, nilipat lahat ng mga white flies. Doon.
Yes.
Sa kabilang area na hindi ko nililisan, mas mataas lang concentration ko lang sa mataas yung crop ko kumpara dun sa parang yung sunlight. Walang flying test. And then,
Nasa grass kasi sila.
nasa sa grass sila, which is true, nasa sa grass sila. And then, mas uniform ang tubo ng okra ko doon. So, para doon sa Kaya, ang sabi ko dun sa, sa mga tatay ko, na, as long as you get sunlight, okay lang yan. Okay lang yan.
Okay, so tomorrow you'll learn from Jadam.
Clearance yun.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll be so amazed. Yun ano nga nila, yung palm oil nila. Yung may-ari niyan, yung matanda, yung daddy, was doing glyphosate roundup sa palm oil nila. Eh, yung anak, nakaten sa seminar ko. So sabi ko, grass, wag mo papatay ng grass. So, grabe ang gastos ng daddy niya sa palm oil na nalulugi na. So sabi niya sa anak, oh, ikaw na lang mag-take over. Kaya pagod na ako dito si gastos. So anong ginawa ng anak? Ang ginawa ng anak, pinabayaan na mag-grass yung palm oil. Gumanda tuloy ang harvest. Testimony. Tara. Dali na. Yung gulong. Sige na. Bisaya. Wala man yung Afrikano. So yeah, ikaw.
Dati manggol, hatag na bago naghatag kay Sir Noel, nagagamit sila og mga pesticide, tapos herbicide, plus time nga pod na El Nino pod, dagan nga matay, so nasurrender na iyang papa. So mo to karon di hatag sa iyang anak, so mo to'y di pa ron manage. So ang style na mo gipatubo lang na mo ang sagot, tapos ginaplat lang pag magdag-as na flat lang tapos start ato mga pila ka tuig, nigawas naman ang mga bulak. So moto dagan na pud mi na harvest, o nanay na harvest, naka-income na ang farm, so gamay lang ang gasto din, nag-spray mig mga IMO yun. Tapos isunod na mo tong vegetative nga to sa natural farming. So mo to medyo naka-harvest na gyud. So mo to hatagan si sir na mo o
truck.
Dump truck, plus ihatagan ko mi o tractor
Para mo harvest yung mga bunga para i-deliver.
doon. Ay filter yan, tapos may bakahan. Maputi yung ginabutan. Spray gyapon.
Hindi pwede wala.
Baka.
Pero ang poultry, part nasa sa farm, ang conventional mga poultry,
Yes.
gina-spread sa farm.
Yes.
Sana lang.
So, siya ba rin mag-iblat?
Dili, ginaguyod sa traktor,
60 hectares.
Ang katabang grass ba?
bakal,
Yung bakal lang.
bakal, iplat lang.
I-flat lang.
Piso lang itong
Oh.
Ang tawag na, paligis no, paligis. Paligis lang, iplat lang.
So, na-sprayan mo, buwan. Ay mo. Ang kanan sa lakiala lang. Ang kanan sa lakiala.
In between.
Kung ilan mo wording ang kuha ng grass para mo fresh na po
Dako kay gasto.
gasto. Sa may mga traktura karon nga.
Kabalo ko. Pero you do not disturb the soil.
Ay, bukat, tama.
No, because that's the housing ng mga microbes. If you keep on tilling the soil, you are destroying the housing of the microbes. You don't. That's why the soil will always be soft because nandyan ang microbes.
So, karon na po, ang problema is ang price.
Kaya bumaksak ang price ng palm oil.
Bitaw na tanawon din ko mahimbus ka sa gobyerno bakit kunting naghana na itong import nga oil diri sa Pilipinas.
Meron ka pa?
Pero
So,
hindi naman daw produce of oil through our palm oil and coconut oil. Barato kayo, mahal kaya itong ibang palita.
Because we are being manipulated by the multinational that are doing the buying. Hawak tayo sila nagko-control sa presyo. That's why I was na dapat meron talagang organization that will come in that will not do those things. Alam mo, they are really profit oriented lang, not human oriented, service oriented.
Sana,
They should balance.
government control corporation na lang, mag-put up ng facility to process.
Kung gobyerno, hindi ibig sabihin maging maganda, ha?
Yes, tama.
Gobyerno, marami rin.
Oh, yes. Yes.
No, to me, person is the person who run.
Yeah.
Okay? Klaro ba?
Yes, boss.
Now, finally, before I stop, what is the best fertilizer?
Yes.
What is the best fertilizer for your plants? Seawater. Yeah. Pero ano, what is the best fertilizer for the plants? The plant itself. Listen, what is the best fertilizer for the plants? Is the plant itself. That mango tree, the leaves, it will go down. That is the best fertilizer for the mango. Because all the nutrients are in the leaves. Tama ba? Kung healthy ang bunga mo, so the leaves is healthy already also. It means all the nutrients are in the leaves. Am I right? So when the leaves goes down to the ground and they decompose, so all the nutrients from the leaves will go to the ground where the trees have the roots and the microbes to deliver the food to the roots. And the plant is getting his own nutrients. That is the best fertilizer. The plant itself. Now, aside from the plant itself, what is the halos parehas sa plants ng plants itself? Ano? Almost same nutrients as the plant. Second choice. What? Grass. Grass is the second.
Wow.
Your grass is fertilizer. You know, grass is composed of nitrogen fixer and non-nitrogen fixer. Both are symbiotic. Both are synergy. That's why it should be diversity. When you see this area, the grass is just one kind. Nakita mo itong grass? Isang kind lang. Pero if you go to this area, you'll see diverse ng grass. This is the best area. It means this area, the soil is healing quite fast than that area. Kung marami na kayong diverse na grass growing, it means the soil is getting better and better and better. But kung isang klase lang ang grass na tutubo, it means may problema pa yan. May problema pa yan. Klaro ba? Klaro ba? Now, so the next fertilizer for your plant itself is the grass. That's the next fertilizer. What's the next after the grass? What's the next after grass? Manure. Because the animal eat of the grass, out of the manure is the fertilizer better than the plant itself and the grass. Why? Because na-decompose na siya. Na-process na. While the plant itself, tsaka grass, need time to process. Am I right? It will take time to process. While the manure is semi-processed na. So, mas faster pa kung yan ang gagamitin mo para sa plants. Nakuha mo na? Kasi na-process na eh. Na-process na yan sa bituka niya eh. Bago lumabas eh. Nakita mo na? So those are the fertilizer in the nature.
So, meaning to say that dyan, walang biodiversity. Kaya kung you have an area na mayroong mga kugon lang.
Kugon means dead soil. So it's easy to revive a dead soil. Microbes. Listen. It's easy to revive a dead soil. Microbes. What you do is to just slash the kugon, spray in the microbes, the whole microbes program that he's going to teach you. And siyempre, kung kugong grass, hindi mo paggagamitin yung lupa. Right? Right? So, if you do the microbes, yung turo niya, what will happen to that kugong grass? Lalabas, aside sa lalabas pa rin yung kugon, meron ibang tanim lalabas. These are the cover crops. And these cover crops will slowly kill the kugon. Why? Because these cover crops are nitrogen fixer. Once the soil improve yung quality niya, the kugon will never thrive. Because kugon only thrives in dead soil. Kugon will never thrives on fertile soil. Only grass thrives on fertile soil. Yes. No. Citronella is tanglad. Oh, same family as the tanglad, but different varieties.
Yeah, but if you put citronella in a fertile land, there will be the oil will be less.
Okay.
If you put it on
Poor land, mas malaki ang oil.
Kung mainit masyado.
Yan ang nagtatribes. Okay? Klaro na ba? Yes. Leguminous and non-legumes. Tawag yan. Leguminous are the nitrogen fixer. The non-legumes are the hindi nag-release ng nitrogen. Okay. These are that produces fertility of the soil. Nitrogen fixer. They releases nitrogen to the ground. Yes. No, kugon is not is non-legumes. Kudso is. Kudso, cetrosema, maraming varieties ng Now, very simple. How to distinguish legumes and non-legumes para mabigay ko na yan sa inyo. How to distinguish legumes and non-legumes. Very simple. Number one is the flower. If the flower are like orchids. Again, if the flower of the grasses are like orchids, then it is legumes. If the flowers turn into fruits, if the fruits have pods, they are legumes. That's why you could see malunggay, madre de cacao. These are all they are all legumes. Mulberry, mga beans, makita mo mga bulaklak, puros mga orchids na design. So they are legumes. And they have pods. So lahat ng beans na may pods, they are legumes. And finally, the roots. If the roots have nodules, yung bilog-bilog sa roots. So those are legumes. But if you see the nodules, the plant is dead. Kasi binuo. Pero what is visible is the flowers and the pods.
Meron din flower na meron din plant na may flower bearing na nectar.
Yes, basta hindi ang bulaklak hindi like orchids. Kung hindi like orchids, then they are non-legumes. Tignan mo, kung parang sa orchids yung bulaklak. Simple, just follow the rules. Kung orchids, parang orchids siya, then legumes siya.
Yung po or
Yung design ng bulaklak,
hindi yung ano talaga na yun.
look at this. Bulaklak niya. Parang orchids. Yeah. Oh, ito, ordinary lang bulaklak. Yeah. Oh, timong bulaklak, oh, orchids, oh. Yes. Yes, all berries are legumes.
So, pagka ano yung
Mulberry, pampataba ng lupa. Klaro?
grapes to grape leaves.
All plants have is fertilizer itself. Either non-legumes and legumes. Again, biodiversity is the key. So, malaking learning ngayon, umaga. So this is the basic that you need to understand. And this is your foundation.
Yung idea mo ba, meron mo bang certain time to spray it or you can spray it?
No, anytime you can spray it anytime because microbes will hide. They don't like direct sunlight. Kasi mamatay sila sa direct sunlight. But hindi na immediately mamatay. So when you spray microbes on the soil, siyempre kung may araw, ano gagawin nila? Pupunta sila sa loob ng lupa. Siyempre.
So you can spray it as often as you can.
Yes.
The best.
The best. Tomorrow. Any time of the day. Because microbes are life. They know what to do. You don't need to teach them. They know what their responsibility in the soil. You don't need to tell them what to do. They know it better than you.
According to what you said a while ago, they are more active when there is water or moisture.
No, productivity nila mas mabilis kung may moisture. They are more active when there is sun. They are less active when there is no sun. Kung malamig. Now, kung umulan, the moisture increases their productivity, yung panganganak. Okay? Hindi na. Mahal, ikaw, nagmamahal ka, nagtuturo ako ng mura, ikaw nagtuturo ng mahal. Huwag mo na spray ng molasses because the plants will produce food for them. See? Let the nature work. Do not help the nature. You don't need the nature do not need your help in reality. Because too much human intervention is going to destroy. Am I right? You just need to understand the nature. That's why I teach you this basic understanding of nature.
Clarify ko lang this question na kanina. beneficial and non-beneficial. So yung fungus mag-i-increase, they will become very active when there's too much fungus. But if you let the sun in, the sun along with the microbes will help control it.
No.
But
That's why the balance should be like this. If the balance like this, then delikado ka. Kasi kung dumating ang moisture, what happened? They both increase very fast, but this increase faster.
the fungus.
So, nagiging major na siya. But when the balance is like this, kung nandyan ang moisture, kaya pa rin, maski na mag-increase both, mabilis, kaya pa rin i-control ito. Klaro ba?
Normal yan eh.
Wala eh, maniin eh.
Mo. Normal yan. Manager.
Bakit nawala? Eh, hindi po rin mo rin gamitin kung wala ako. Ay, bakit nawala? Wala. Ay, ko nawala. Sorry. Oh, bakit nawala?
Baka nag-iintay sa SNR siya, hindi na yung the last time.
Oo, naiwan ko pala sa SNR. Nakalimutan ko kinuha.
Nag-iintay ko.
Then, yung sabi mo na yung balance ng kanina. Madali lang yan. Madali natin ma-understand yan.
Tapos, sa ngayon, hindi siya tinigilap. So, tayo sa natural farming, wala po kami feeds na ginagamit.
Okay, right now in their experience when they start applying natural farming and also Jadam right now, they don't need commercial feeds in the fish.
So, sa experience ko, ginagamit ko namin yung iPhoto at liquid na mga concoction. Yun lang.
From his experience, they just use the natural feeds and the concoction of the natural farming. You know that concoction.
After few days, malalaman ko na tumaas yung ganito yung balance ng microorganism ko dahil yung mga natural foods like algae lumalabas.
He will see the balance like this in his aquaculture when he saw a lot of algae that are coming out. So those are the food for the fish. Yeah, that's an indicator that the microbes are balanced.
Manotice ko yung microorganism na nag-iibig siya if yung algae ko is naging term sa ano is
Bumaba ang population.
yes, parang nagtigas na yung algae ko. So hindi na siya ganong pinakain ng isda.
Okay.
So ang ginagawa ko, yung indication ko doon na nagganon yung balance.
So his indication of the algae becomes disbalanced, the aquaculture becomes disbalanced when he saw the algae that it turns hard, very hard, so the fish cannot eat it because the algae becomes very hard. So that is the indication that the microbes balance is like this.
So weekly, I apply iPhoto and the other production so that the algae lalabas ulit. Ganun.
So when he applied the IMO2 and plus all the concoction, he will see that algae will come out, become soft again, and you will see that the balance is like this. That's an indication of the balance.
Secret sa paggamit ng microbes natin is 4 PM ng madaling araw at 6 PM ng
So his experience said to apply the microbes better apply for the aquaculture is 4 in the morning and 6 in the afternoon. Okay?
Expensive kung meron man.
Yes. Mahalang maskubado na
What
organic.
we did, okay, it's a coconut sugar man. We use the sap, we boil the sap, turn it into syrup. We dilute it 30-70, spray it sa around the base of the coconut. The average conversion is 8 liters of sap to 1 kg of sugar. When we do that, nag-increase ang yield niya up to